I have a special treat. I have a cake to share with you. If you want to see me swatch the cake palette by Glamlite, then stick around. Hi there, it's Hélène and welcome back, or if it's your first time, welcome to HMM Makeup or Makeup. I am swatching a palette that I feel like there's been a crescendo. First I swatched the Pie palette by Glamlite. Then I swatched the Donut palette from Glamlite. They were both 10 pan palettes, with the first one being a blush in the center and the second one being a highlighter in the center. And now we are going after the biggest palette that I have from the brand. All these palettes were purchased last year. If you're wondering about my no-buy, you don't have to worry about it. I did not break my rules. And we are getting into this palette, and it has a very nice opening here to make it easy to take the palette out of the box. How nice is that? So let me just take that out. And the box itself, let me just get this out here. There we go. The box itself is so nicely done. There's a magnet. You can hear it click. And a magnet for the other two parts. There you go. So it's a little oven with a plastic front there. And it really nicely protects the palette. And as is the case for the other packaging for the other two palettes that I've already swatched from the brand, there is a legend for the shadows that you can see. Okay, I'm going to put, as cute as this packaging is, which I do also love because it does protect the palette, I am going to set it aside. Okay, let's open this palette up. It has a very nice image on the front. I think they made a very good choice here. It looks yummy. I'm just going to get rid of the plastic protector, and the palette opens up sideways, and I don't want to blind you, so let me just be careful here. I'm opening it up, and let me just fold it back. So it does fold back all the way, which is fantastic. And here are the 20 shadows that I am going to be swatching. And given what it looks like, I am definitely going to swatch on both arms because it is going to be a lot of eyeshadow. What I can see here, 2, 4, 6, 8 shimmers or semi-shimmers. Actually, one of them looks like a shimmery glitter. And quite a few mattes, which makes me so happy. I love the fact that Glamlite puts quite a few mattes in. We are talking 2, 5, 9, plus 3, 12. Looks like there are 12 shadows that are mattes, if my count is correct. And all of the names are cake or dessert related, which is beautiful. Love it. I'm going to say, yeah, I won't say necessarily cake, but definitely dessert related. Okay, I'm super, super excited. Now, given the columns are 4 at a time, I think I'm going to swatch 4 at a time just to make things go pretty quickly. I am going to swatch with this hand and this arm to begin with, probably 3 columns, and then we'll switch arms. And don't worry, I will show you all the swatches at the same time at the end. Okay, so we're going to go with really beautiful first column. So we have banana, guava, hopefully you can see the colors properly, banana, guava, carrot, and dulce de leche. That is beautiful. Okay, so let me just swatch those 4. Banana is going to be gorgeous, I can tell. It looks almost like a yellow gold. We've got guava, which is a duochrome similar to the duochrome I think that is in the Pie palette. And then Dolce de Leche is the first matte. Ooh, I thought I was going to lose the palette. The first matte that I get to swatch up here. Okay, and this one is a duochrome like the peach color in the Pie palette, but this one is more pink. The other one was more peachy gold. Okay, so we've got banana. Good start. Guava. Carrot. And Dolce de Leche, which is a very nice starting point color for a look. Okay, so there are the four. Let me show you the fingers, and I'm going to go right back in. Now the mattes are quite powdery. I don't have a problem with that. I'm just letting you know. I find powdery mattes blend beautifully, so I am not upset. So we have banana, guava, carrot, that builds really well, and Dolce de Leche. Okay, very, very pretty set for the first four colors. The fingers tell me they are all going to look gorgeous on the eye, especially these 3, 4 inner to 2/3 of the lid would look beautiful. This one would be a beautiful pop on the center lid. I'm having a good time. I hope you are too. Okay, wiping my fingers, and the next column is again mostly fruit themed. We're going to have pineapple, peach, raspberry, and cinnamon. Okay, interesting. Okay, the shimmer is quite persistent. Hopefully it won't mess up too much on the swatches, but this is my next row, and I'm so happy I can flip the mirror back because I'm not blinding you. This is the row that we are playing with, and so we've got pineapple, peach, raspberry, and cinnamon down on the bottom. All right, let me go right in, and makes me so happy. So many mattes. Oh, I love this. And cinnamon looks like a very, very pretty metallic. And here we go. Look at how vibrant those mattes are. That is lovely. Okay, pineapple. Nice soft yellow. Hopefully it's buildable. Peach is next. That doesn't look very peachy to me. That looks more fuchsia, but we'll see. Next one is raspberry. That is very raspberry. It looks very much like a raspberry type color, fuchsia type color in the Pie palette. And cinnamon. Oh yeah, that is very much a cinnamon color. Good name for it. Okay, I'm going to show you the fingers and go right back into the palette. And here we go. Look at how vibrant those mattes are. That is lovely. Okay, pineapple. Nice soft yellow. Hopefully it's buildable. Peach is next. That doesn't look very peachy to me. That looks more fuchsia, but we'll see. Next one is raspberry. That is very raspberry. It looks very much like a raspberry type color, fuchsia type color in the Pie palette. And cinnamon. Oh yeah, that is very much a cinnamon color. Good name for it. Okay, I'm going to show you the fingers and go right back into the palette. Let's see if pineapple builds, because it was quite light on the first go. I am not worried at all about peach or raspberry, although peach I think is a stretch for what the color actually is. But again, who am I to say? Everybody's got an opinion, right? Okay, pineapple, let's see. Okay, much more vibrant than the first go, but still kind of muted. That's okay. It's not a canary yellow, it's more of a sunshine yellow. And then we've got peach. Should have called that one papaya. And raspberry. And the mattes are crumbly, but that's pretty normal for mattes in general. You want them kind of powdery, they blend better. Okay, so we've got the first two columns, and it's looking really nice. Just with these 8, I can do a lot. They're a very, very nice complement to each other. We've got the colorful shimmers, and then we've got the colorful mattes, and they tend to have a pairing with each other, so that's really nice. That's great. Look at the saturation on the fingers. No question that you can go and dip your brush once and get a pretty decent amount of color coverage on the lid or in the crease. That is lovely. And the third column that we are going to play with is a really deep column. We've got colors, I'm still wiping my fingers by the way. We have colors such as strawberry, cranberry, red velvet, it's gorgeous, and chocolate. That it sounds like the rich column of the whole palette. Rich colors and rich flavors for what they represent. Okay, so before I blow the excess off, let me just show you how messy the palette is just because of the mattes, and that's normal. It's quite disrupted already and crumbling to the bottom. And so I'm just going to blow the excess off and we'll keep going. If I don't do that, it's just going to get so messy. Okay, so we have this column right here. I've already mentioned the names, but it is a nice deep column, and I would actually call this column the anchor of the palette because it has the deep shadows that you need in order to build a look most of the time. So I'm pretty happy with it. And look at how stained my fingers are. They're not messing around with the pigment in this palette for sure. Okay, so I've dipped into strawberry, cranberry, holy cow, cranberry, wow. Red velvet, I'm expecting to love. And yes, I love it. And then the chocolate brown is gorgeous as well. Oh my goodness, the mattes are going to be such a mess. Okay, so let's see how these look. So we have strawberry to begin with. Is it really strawberry? I don't know. I don't see it as all that much of a strawberry, but what do I know? Cranberry, this one should be quite nice. I'm being careful because they're very crumbly. Trying to spread them as much as I can. Beautiful. It turned out beautifully. And now we've got red velvet, which is the one I'm most excited about. Yep, that is my jam. Red velvet, and I am a sucker for red velvet cake too. Very similar though to cranberry, isn't it? They're not that different really. Huh. And then we've got chocolate here. And it's very crumbly, very crumbly. But that is a really nice shade to have in the palette. It can really be, it makes the palette quite versatile for sure. And there's a little hint of red in this that makes it slightly brick red to a certain extent. So here are the fingers. Look at that. Oh. The mattes are exceptional. They really are. Now, of course, this is through swatches. I haven't applied it to my face yet, but I'm not complaining. I think that it's showing a lot of promise. So I'm going back into strawberry and cranberry and red velvet and chocolate for a second go. And again, yeah, the mattes are really messy, but when you start using them with a brush, they're not that messy. It's not many of us are going to use our fingers to do matte application. Wow, cranberry just is popping. Holy cow. I didn't pick up a crazy amount here. It's just amazing. And now it's looking quite a bit different from red velvet's looking quite a bit different from cranberry. They looked virtually identical, and now I'm seeing a little bit of the difference with it being more of a deep hot pink on this one, and a little bit more subdued, a little bit pulling to slightly brown in here, but they could be interchangeable, I have no doubt. They're just a little bit different now compared to the initial swatch. Again, I still consider that they are interchangeable, but I can see a bit more difference now. Okay, now this is as much as I'm going to get onto this forearm, obviously. But talk about a cohesive palette, basically, for the first 3 columns. Just this, I would be really impressed. That is already 12 shadows, and now we're going to be moving away from yellows, pinks, and browns, and really going into the blues and greens and purples. So once again, the fingers, there's no discounting the mattes from Glamlite. They are so powerful. It's just impressive. When you want color and you want the color to be there, this brand does it. Definitely. And there are other brands, don't get me wrong, there are other brands that bring the color. Some of the shadow options at Colored Rain are just stinking phenomenal. Cleona mattes are the bomb. They're amazing. Their singles and their multi-chromes, duochromes are just beautiful. So yeah, there are a lot of companies that do a good job. I'm obviously focusing on Glamlite right now, and yeah, the mattes do not disappoint. They look so good. I think that it's easier to formulate shimmers, in my opinion, just based on seeing, crappy mattes but great shimmers as kind of the norm. And Glamlite just does both. They do both quite nicely. I don't think that they're super inventive with their shimmers, but the mattes, chef's kiss. Okay, I cleaned up the palette a little bit because the mattes were again getting a bit out of control. And now we've got these 2 columns. As I mentioned, we've got purples, blues, and a green here. So I'm going to go to this row next. And what is the theme here? We've got lavender, ube, I'll say ube. Lavender, ube, birthday cake, which is a really interesting teal, which would look nice on the lower lash line, and blue raspberry, which is such a nice name. I don't know what it has to do with cake, but blue raspberry is a fun and interesting flavor regardless. Okay, switching hands now, and I do love lavender, and it is a shimmer, which makes me very happy. And then we've got ube, which is kind of a matte lavender, in my opinion. It's kind of a pastel purple. And then we've got birthday cake, which is, for some reason, birthday cake is that teal, which is kind of weird, right? Weird. And just half of it fell off back into the palette. And then we've got blue raspberry. Hopefully I can pick up the kick up. Okay. So here is what we're dealing with for a start on the second arm. So here we go, lavender. I expect this to be gorgeous, and it is. And then we have ube. That is a match made in heaven for those 2. And then we have birthday cake. Oh, look at that blue. Birthday cake. I went a little too close to ube. And then we have blue raspberry. Now that makes me think of one of the shimmers in the donut palette. Okay, so there are the first 4 on the second arm and the fingers, and let me go right back in. Okay, here's the second pass. And we have lavender, ube. I really like that pairing. Birthday cake. Look at that blue. Definitely a lower lash line liner. Wow! Okay. And we have blue raspberry. Such a good name for that color. Okay, so not disappointed at all for column number 4. Here are the fingers again. I am in love with these two. I want to do a look with these two sooner than later. Gosh, it's all beautiful. And now the last column has blueberry, purple frost, icy mint, and key lime. And key lime, I am a sucker for lime green. I really love lime green, and I can't wait to put my finger into that one. My fingers are so stained. Wow. Okay, so here we go. Blueberry, purple frost, icy mint, and key lime. Super, super excited about these, and I'm so excited I'm not paying attention. I almost used the wrong hand to do the swatches for you. Okay, purple frost is looking good, but it's not that purple. It's kind of like purple fuchsia. Like, this is not super, super purple in my view, but maybe you have a different opinion. Oh, geez, don't do that, Hélène. Okay, so we have blueberry, and we have purple frost. That's kind of a purpley fuchsia, in my opinion. Okay, and then we have icy mint, which is an interesting color. And then that key lime. Oh yeah, lovely. That is so pretty. Okay, so there we go. That is the last set of 4, the last column. Let me go right back in. Okay, and here we go. I'm glad that I am not applying, I want to make sure I have the right one. I'm very happy I'm not applying these eyeshadows with my fingers beyond the swatching, because by putting my fingers in the pan, I'm disrupting the matte so much that I have to blow off the excess that ends up on other shadows. Now, luckily, just blowing the excess away leads the shadows to stay very much true to their individual colors, but it's frustrating. But it's also the sign of a good matte, so I've got to just suck it up. I'm just going to go and even this out just a little bit here. Okay, there we go. All right, so these are the fingers just one last time because I'm going to wipe them off. Look again, the mattes are so impressive. Shimmers, like I said, shimmers are easy. They're pretty easy as far as I can see because pretty decent shimmers show up in every palette, but for mattes to be this good, it takes focus because not all mattes are created equal. Very often mattes are kind of lackluster. So I'm really happy with the quality of the mattes from this brand. Okay, so we've got the full cake palette. I'm going to superimpose the 2 forearms and let's take a look. Okay, what am I seeing? I almost wish that key lime were on the upper forearm, but it is what it is. I am really enjoying the options that they've included for the blues. I think the blues do a really good job of supporting the upper forearm. And I'm going to say I'm super excited for the ratio of mattes. The mattes are really what is making this palette exciting for me. I hope you'll agree. And this pairing is so calling to me. I really want to play with this pairing quite badly. And this lime green is going on my inner to center lid ASAP. This yellow, I don't often do a yellow in the crease, but I could see myself doing that with this one. This one's a no-brainer. These two are a no-brainer for the crease. This one I'm not sure. It has flamingo vibes to me. I don't know why it's called peach. Again, it's kind of weird. I think guava or papaya would have been better, but whatever. These are no-brainer. They would be very easy to use. This one and this one, an automatic neutral look that is easy to deal with. Actually, this one, and this one would work quite nicely. And these guys, because of how wide-ranging the matte colors are, I'm inclined to think about doing an all matte look over and over, and maybe using a highlighter to cause the effect of adding shimmer to a look, as opposed to having to go straight for a shimmer. I think you have more control if you do a translucent highlighter topper over top some mattes. This palette makes me want to do that. So I would love to hear, first off, what you think of the swatches for the cake palette from Glamlite, which is still available. You can still get it. And I would love to hear pairing options, up to 4 eyeshadows, if you will, the types of colors that you are interested in seeing in a look, because I will definitely do first impressions with this palette. I'll do a first impressions with the 3 Glamlite palettes that I have, but this one is definitely calling my name in no small way. I'm a happy girl. I am so pleased with this palette. Why did it take me so long? I say that every time I have a nice swatching experience. Why did I wait so long to play with this palette? But today was the day, and I am not disappointed. Glamlite, you did it again. I'm very happy with all 3 of the palettes that I got from Glamlite. If anything, I think that the donut palette and this palette are somewhat redundant. I'll have to compare the swatches. If you have the cake palette, you may not want the donut palette. The pie palette is different enough that I would say makes sense, but the donut palette and the cake palette are pretty close, in my opinion. The effect is kind of similar. Some of the colors obviously are quite different, but the theme is pretty much kind of the same. That's it from me. Let me know what you think of the swatches. I would love to hear your feedback, and if you have favorite colors, like I said, let me know. Let me know what combos you would like to see, maximum 4 colors, because if I have 6 or 7, I only have so much lid space. And we'll go from there. Thank you so much for watching. I appreciate it every single time. And I look forward to seeing you in the next video. But for now, take care. And if you haven't already, did you want to hit that little subscribe button? I would really appreciate it. Bye for now.